Hello, BB Gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough of In Stars in Time. And we're here in Act 3. Mirabelle's talking to us after everything that happened as well. This has to be such a weird feeling for us. Seafreen, you're up. I'm sorry I woke you up earlier. I know you joked about it, but are you feeling better now? I'm worried. Well, this is new. Yes, don't worry about me. So there's already new conversations in Act 3. So interesting. Okay, but you really have to talk to Loop right now. I have things to do. I'll talk to you later. Interesting, right? Instead of like you hearing about the sleepover making Mirabelle feel better, we're like, we have to get to talk to Loop. Huh? Seafreen, please wait. What now? Well, I know you're busy, but it's a sleepover. But help me tell everyone about a sleepover? Can you come talk to me later so we can talk? I'll wait in front of the library. That's different, right? Please. Oh. Okay. Okay. Go do your thing and then come back, okay? I'll be waiting. You nod again. Habit takes over and you tell her about the carrot method. Ah, wait. How did you know about... And wink. Okay. So now they know the adorable moving shield again. So interesting, that changed. You can't talk to anyone right now. You have to ask Loop what they think. So I guess they mean for us to go directly to Loop. Yep, 100%. I thought they were just gonna stop us from talking to people by having us say if we talk to someone Seafreen would just go oh, I can't talk to you right now. I think this shows the severity of how scary this is. There is not a day that goes by that Seafreen would ever pass up the chance to have a chat with Mirabelle. You know what I mean? And that's a big thing for Seafreen to be like, hey, I gotta go, Not that aggressively, of course, you know what I mean? You ran here to talk to Loop, to try and figure out what to do, but you can't look at them right now? You can't. Why is that? Is it a feeling of betrayal? Is it a feeling of you didn't let me know this stuff and things like this? So... I beat the king. You did? Oh, stars above, I'm so proud of you. You did it. You succeeded. You. And yet I'm still here, exactly. Did the music just stop? Yes. Indeed you are. They don't seem surprised. They don't seem surprised at all, do they? Did you know this would happen? I had a feeling, yes. But it felt crude to tell you, so I didn't. You look so happy and innocent and stupid. Oh, come on. I'm going to say this right now. You should have said something. You should have. I just didn't have the heart to tell you. You should have said something. I still have the heart to tell you. Legitimately though, Loop, this is I don't know, this made things crazier, right? This hurt his heart more. I knew from the start what Loops wouldn't end after defeating the king. Oh, that's so bad though. You should have said something. Why not? I don't know why it didn't end with the beating the king. I just knew it wouldn't. That's, again, look at Seafreen's face. Defeated, right? Defeated emotionally. I never thought the reason why I got this, I never thought about the reason I got this power. I just thought it was to beat the king. That change god, anyone gave me this power to beat him. But if beating him made me loop back anyway, I don't know what to do now. That's the thing, it's like you were given this power. It makes you feel so powerful, right? And then you loop back, right? And now all of a sudden that power that was given to you, you don't know why it was given to you. I thought this was the purpose. Now all of a sudden this cool power becomes something where it's it's joined up with your emotions of defeat. I don't know what to do now. So will you give up then? You're stuck in this loop, Stardust. Beating the king brought you back here. You don't know why. You don't even know how you even got this power. You don't know if there's even a way to escape. So, because there's no clear way to escape, will you give up? Give up? I don't think we can. No. You're fine, aren't you? Right now, you're alive. Oh my god. Right now, you can think. Right now, your allies are still here. Yes, there is that, but am I the only one who looks at this line here, right? It's very inspirational, but at the same time, it's right now you're alive. Yeah, but acknowledge what you're going through right now, It's okay to acknowledge what you're going through right now. Right now, you're not alone. Yes, this is all true. This is all true, and it's inspirational. It's amazing, but at the same time, that first line, right now, you're alive, that to me is kind of can seem dismissive of your feelings, right? It's like, well, look, I'm alive, aren't I? I'm alive, aren't I? But so, no, but like, it's okay to feel so defeated right now. It's okay. There's no reason to give up just because you're trapped. If you're trapped, find a door and open it. Cool. Again, very cool lines here from Seafreen. And you still have some doors to open, don't you? The head housemaid seemed to know something was wrong. Yes, she said it was rotten, didn't she? Ah, I guess she did. She said something about something being broken. Sorry, broken. Failing? Did she mean the loops? The loops breaking? That's possible. Maybe the loops were supposed to stop after beating the king. But something went wrong somehow. And that's something you can find out. You just need to talk to her again. Find out what she knows. And the king? The king? What about him? Something about his powers. He can freeze people in time and I can rewind time. Both have control over time in some way. And it's so interesting then that the king talked to us. Beautiful music, by the way. The king talked to us and said, yo, do you remember? And then we asked, do you? So both of us have this control over time in some way, right? Yes, that's... Both powers are related to time, aren't they? I don't think I've ever heard about anyone who could control time before. Is that something to find out more about? I suppose so. Maybe I just need to ask him. Ask the king? Well, sure, I suppose that might work. Talking to the king himself. I do wonder what he'd have to say. It's worth trying. And Stardust, I know you're not interested in talking to your party about the loops. If so, you'll have to make sure they act to act so they don't find out anything is wrong. And you already failed this loop by making your housemate worried about you. Oh, whoa, is an X going to appear on the screen then? It's true. With the way you woke up, she probably was worried about you even now. So we have to if we want to make sure that no one knows about the loops. Which, Jesus Christ, is very lonely. Then we've already made Mirabelle suspect something when we woke up. She was worried about us, and the first thing we did was tell her about this secret power that she can use. She said she wanted to talk to you, didn't she? You should talk to this loop and see what that's all about. And this to your brain, add this to your brain, the things to do. There's quite a few things on it already. Find out more about the king and his powers to see if they're related to yours. Talk to the head housemaid to see if she knows more about the loops. Talk to Mirabelle this loop and see what's wrong. Might as well talk to everyone else after too. But see, as long as you have paths you can follow, questions to answer, goals to strive for, you'll be fine. So this is probably mechanically, this is a very good thing to say. Emotionally as well in some way, you know, where it's like, as long as there is like some, can I use Resident Evil as an example again? I know I use Resident Evil example all the time, but can I use an example again? Thank you. Resident Evil Remake is my favorite horror game of all time. It's also my favorite level design in the history of video games. I love it so much. And one of the most amazing things about Resident Evil Remake is that like it follows its philosophy. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I do not know where I have to go, what I have to do. And then you look at your inventory, you look at the map, and you go, wait a second. There's still doors I have not opened. There's still locks I haven't unlocked. There's still locations that I haven't fully explored. As long as that's true, you know, you will make it out of the Spencer Mansion. You know what I mean? As long as you still have those avenues, you know? Oh, I will make it out of here. I'm using it as an example because of all the locked doors, all the different avenues, all the feeling of being lost, the feeling of not knowing where you are, all the traps and stuff, I guess. And while I think it's very different from this, you know, Resident Evil Remake and Stars of Time are two vastly different games. I think the philosophy of how Seafront gets through life, I think is a emotion, as I said, emotionally attached to his life, but also at the same time mechanically within the game as the player. As long as you have those avenues, you're not totally failing yet. You're fine. And maybe it's just us trying to reassure ourselves, but I think that is mechanically what it is going to be. But why is Loop helping you? Yeah. They appeared after you looped the first time, and they said that they're here to help, and they knew about the loops, knew this whole time beating the king wouldn't help. And they picked that name, didn't they? Loop. Aren't they related to the loops too? Loop. Are you really here to help me? Interesting question, right? Stardust. Yes. If you can believe anything, believe that. I asked to be here, so I could help you. You asked to be here. Why? Aren't you stuck here too just because you're helping me? I reiterate, Stardust. I asked to be here. Don't worry about me. Being here is surprisingly restful. I'm here to help you in any way I can. And I mean it. Okay. And I think it's interesting that Seafried has those doubts, though, right? I think it's totally natural to have those doubts. If they're offering their help, it'd be stupid not to take it, isn't it? To answer your question, though. No, Loop. I won't give them this beautiful music. The music in this game is absolutely gorgeous. It's too early to give up. I'm very glad to hear that, Stardust. Please don't give up, Stardust. If the loop started, they can end. It's just basic logic. Everything has to end, right? I can guarantee you that you won't be stuck here forever. It's a loop guarantee. Here's the thing, you did withhold information before, so there is a lack of trust now. Maybe it's not a lack of trust, but there is a lack of trust in all the information you're giving us. And as always, you can count on me to help you. If you need a refresher or help figuring out where to go, I'll be here. I'm here to help, Stardust. You smile. Thank you, Loop. Again, I think that even if you guys understand why I'm feeling a little bit distrustful right now, 100%. But I think you would understand. It's not me. It's distrustful. I think it's distrustful with the amount of information we're getting. But from Seafried's perspective, this is a lonely experience. This is so lonely. And to have anybody give you guidance is the world. You know what I mean? If you're lost somewhere in real life, and the only one to help you get out of there is a rude guy, who's like, follow me then, Jesus Christ, come on. I'm not saying that Loop is being rude, but I'm trying to use an example of, something that might be make you feel a bit uneasy. That rude guy who's helping you get out of this lost situation, it's gonna make you feel less lonely. Even if it's a process that makes you feel weird, that feels a bit awkward, it's something. You know what I mean? It's something. Oh my, genuine thanks. Gross. We should have said who then. It's my pleasure, Stardust. In the meantime, how can I help you with this wonderful new loop, Stardust? What should I do next? You're doing so many different things. What do you need help with? You need help about how to help everyone? Well, sounds like your housemate wanted to talk to you, didn't she? You might as well talk to her in this loop before you forget. Any other questions? Music is amazing. Find more about the king. What should I do now? Well, I think it's a stupid idea, but you should go and talk to the king. Sounds like you have some questions to ask. You don't agree? He's a giant monster who might be related to the reason why you're trapped in time. I would never have anything to say to him. But you do. Have fun. I love that Loop's just kind of you go for it. I need a refresher? A refresher? Sure. The king has frozen almost the entire... Oh, okay, this is fine. We kind of, we know this, don't we? You've been here before, in fact. We know this. I'm very confident in my knowledge about this game for now, anyway. Nothing, actually. I'm confident enough about my knowledge about this game, for once. Usually I'm not. But I think we're taking this game at a very, slower pace, which means we get to, take things in. It's not just, me being I know everything. I know everything. It's more of a case of just, I feel like I'm making sure that I'm taking my time here, you know what I mean? To take in everything. Find out more about the loops. Okay, so that's fine. Okay. Never mind, actually. What you need? Let's talk about something. Sure, what you want to talk about. No, my turn. Oh, I'm sure you have questions about me at this point. Theories about who I am? Might be. That sort of stuff. Am I correct? I do. Of course you do. Yeah, of course. Loop's just too mysterious, suspicious from head to toe. Of course you do. I'm just too mysterious, suspicious from head to toe. So, lay it on me. I'm so curious as to what you think. Who or what do you think I am? You're the change god, part of the universe, the favor tree, a ghost, one of my allies, me, the king, the head housemaiden. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, let's try the process of elimination here. I think part of the universe would make more sense because they look like a star themselves. The favor tree, I don't think so. Because I think they're actually using the favor tree as a relaxation point. A ghost, one of my allies, me, the king. I'll say I don't know. Huh. No imagination in that head of yours. I'm a little disappointed. But I suppose you have other things to worry about. I was just curious what you thought. I won't ask again. Oh, we can't even answer these. So my thought process was, I don't know who they are or what they are. Right now, I think that they said that they were like asked to be here, so I'm wondering if something else from the universe controls this stuff. And Loop just like kind of like got permission to be here or something. I had a question about at the end, Isabeau. The thing he'd tell you at the end of your journey. He mentions he wants to tell you something when you go to sleep at the clock tower. That's probably it. But someone interrupted him just as he was about to tell you. How unfortunate. If only there was a way to make sure he wouldn't be interrupted, maybe you'd finally get to hear what he has to say. If you talk to Bonnie beforehand, maybe. Interesting. So talk to Bonnie first. Bonnie was looking at a book? They were, weren't they? A book with a scary figurine on it. They acted very defensive as they saw you noticed. But who cares? It's just that important. So we talked about this before. Something about it worries you. Since Bonnie takes the book away from you, you can read it, you wonder if you find the book elsewhere. So it's the idea of us like finding the book before they read it, right? We talked about this stuff as well. I'm going to make a bomb. You are. Do it. It's going to be so useful. So you need a long thingy thing, a short gizmo gadget, and a secret ingredient. Has been Zora. I wonder where the rest is. When you have all 3 ingredients, just interact with one of them in your pockets. So we can just literally make a bomb. Do you know how to fix a knife? We talked about this before as well. Smallest mod. I mean, you do have to sharpen your dagger. So that's pretty much the same thing as before, I think. Forgot. But then you don't have yours, huh? So just find someone else. Yeah, there we go. Well, good luck, Stardust. Loop waves you goodbye excitedly. You wave back. So, are we going to get to walk? We are going to get to walk around the place. And this time we didn't talk to Isabeau, which means like we probably like we didn't brush Mirabelle off either, but we kind of like probably went, we got to do something. So, we're going to talk to the king, it seems. So, do we have to like destroy ourselves going forward as well? So, we have to talk to the king. Also talk to Mirabelle and talk to everyone else in the town. I don't know if we have to talk to everyone in town, but we will talk to the characters we know as well, right? 100%. So for example, like, should we talk to Odile? See what they have to say? Odile is here looking at what the shop has to offer. Odile! Oh, Seafreen. You look rested. Glad to see you this laid back on the day before the end of the world. Anyway, how can I help you? Clock tower. Maybe it's after? Weird? Like what? I didn't see anything weird. Did you see anything weird? This is the same conversation we had before. Okay, I'll keep an eye out. I do hope you'll... Oh, so maybe we have to talk to Mirabelle first. And then maybe we can talk to everyone else and see whatever was changed, right? I'm guessing that's the case. Man, this game is so pretty. And you know what's so great about this is that, like, it has, like, the Game Boy palette. And I really love that. I love... Like, it has a Game Boy feeling to it. Mirabelle's here sitting on the bench looking at papers. She wanted to talk to you, didn't she? Seafreen, sorry to bother you while you're so busy, but I really want to make sure you're okay. You tell me if anything was wrong, right? Where's this coming from? Of course I tell you. Well, the thing is something is wrong, and of course we wouldn't tell you then. But then again, this is something we tell people to keep them happy sometimes, right? To make sure they're not upset or worried, right? Seafreen, I'm not sure you're telling me the truth here. And honestly, Mirabelle's instincts are right. Mirabelle's instincts are 100% correct here. I don't want to force you to do anything, but you have to know what to... I want you to be happy. I know this is a stressful moment for all of us, but the only way we can get through this is if we talk to each other. If we share our worries. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you need help with anything, I'm here for you. And I freaking believe that 100%. It's just, I think Seafreen's just not in the mindset to want to, like, burden other people with this thought process yet. You know? Huh. Okay, weird. Why is she telling you this? Because she's worried. The things have changed this time around. You woke up in the field and you were very weird, and then you told her to kind of like, kind of not brushed her off, but like moved on quickly, which again, she probably is so used to be having full chats with you. You know why she's asking you this? Poor Mirabelle just can't say. You'll have to do it for her. Clearly what's happening is, do you need help with something? Is this clock tower sleepover again? Huh? No, that's not why I'm... Mirabelle urged you. You can be such an oblivious person sometimes. Anyway, And she sighed and called you names. Who is this? Don't need help. Not at all. Okay, that's like... So maybe it's the clock tower sleepover thing. Not even with those papers of yours? She's been looking at those every loop you've been... Oh, interesting. Clearly there's something wrong with them. You poke at the papers to make your point. Huh? No, not at all. Do not look at the papers. The papers are relevant. Do not look at them, Seafreen. I see you looking at them. You arch an eyebrow, smiling. Okay, that's very Seafreen. All right. Yes, the papers are giving me a lot of trouble, and I hate them. But I'm only looking at them now to get worried at something other than tomorrow. Interesting, right? Occupying your mind with something else that's very worrying to not be worried about something else. That's a very drastic way of not being worried. They aren't that big of a deal. If I have to be worried about, I'd rather be worried about the thing that won't kill me. Honestly, real. There's even more in my dorm room and at the house. Those stupid papers have been following me since before the King stuff even started. There's more in our dorm room? The one on the third floor? So, if we're done talking about my papers, if there's nothing I can do for you, Seafreen, now I'm good. I'll see you later then. Sounds like you could help Mirabelle with her problems if you went snooping a bit. Wait, so do we have to go forward to the third floor and find out that information? You should ask everyone, see if you can help them with anything. Interesting. So I wonder then if we... Okay, so can I write this down just so we will remember it, but like just in case, so... I was keeping a notebook beside me. So Mirabelle, third floor papers. Yeah, we'll remember that. We'll remember, but I'll remember even more than I wrote down. Again, it's not that we forget, but I want to make sure we have everything in order, you know, when I see it there. So I guess let's talk to Odile now. Man, I freaking love this game so much. Odile is here looking at what the shop has to offer. What is it, Seafreen? There we go. Can I help you with anything? Do I need help with anything? Are you this bored, Seafreen? Odile seems to realize you're genuinely asking. Huh. Well... I'm looking for a certain type of book. A type of book, not a specific book? No, not a specific book. It's a type of book called a family tale? A family tale. Have you heard of those? No, what is it? It's a book filled with tales written by a single family through generations. It's a tradition in Vaugarde. I always wanted to read one. Interesting. It does sound like an interesting read, though. But since each family has theirs, and it's something you're supposed to keep in one family and not show others, I've never been able to touch, let alone read one. But I've heard that when a family dies off, the family tale might be taken by the houses, as a way to save those pieces of history. You didn't know that? I didn't know that at all. And so, you'd like a family tale of the family that died off? Yes. Huh. You never know what she's interested. You never knew she was interested in that. Family taleology? Of a sort. Wait. Oh, so yeah, so we got a little bit closer to what the research might be. Will you help me? Of course. Thank you, Seafreen. Huh. Okay. I was planning to look in Dormon's library, but I have to buy some supplies. I want to look inside Dormon's house, but who knows if we'll have time to search so. So you should check the libraries at your disposal and see if you can find any family tale. So that makes Dormon's library, the houses, and the house's secret library. So that's 3 different places. I imagine the secret library is where we're going to have to find it as well. So that's great. Okay, so Odile and the libraries. That's fantastic. Okay. Here's the thing. I will remember what 5 people asked me, right? Of something. You know what I mean? Of course you will. 4 people will ask me. But I think having it written down, it makes it easier as well. Better start looking. Perfect stuff. Perfect. Very excited to try this stuff out. Because this is probably going to be a very cool use of the loop as well, right? It's going to be a very cool use of the loop. Where is... Is Isabeau just back up here then? Because I know where Isabeau goes. Sorry. I know where he goes. Almost forgot. The loops make them... Coming back to these places makes the interaction very, very interesting too. I wonder does dialogue change between... Like, let's go into like the oh, the door seems... No, this isn't the bakery. Sorry. So there's open phrases to a lot of these locks here. This is the bakery. Want to buy something? You show your own silver coin. One of those you can get 1/3 of a pastry. But aren't you one of the saviors? They're traveling with the little Mirabelle. Doorway, I think then, can I get you anything on the house? Wait, he offered you a croissant last time, didn't he? No. You have to ask for a pound. Okay, there we go. Sure, but I'm actually known for my delicious buttery croissants if you want one instead. No, you frown. So this has changed as well. Incredible. I've never seen anyone give such a look of disdain when offered a croissant. 1 pan of the chocolate coming up. You got a pan of the chocolate. You don't even think about keeping it for later and devour the bar of chocolate in 2 bites. You're still hungry. Good luck tomorrow. So dialogue will change somewhat depending on the stuff we're doing already. So like, let's say we talk to you. We're not going to talk to everyone, I think, but we'll try. Look at you, so scrawny. Didn't know you could press X to run? You should give it a try sometime. Oh, and you know you get to always run your options menu? So yeah, so some of the dialogue will be the same. Did you know? Did you know about this? Did you know pressing S makes you run? Did you know what you run all the time by going into the options menu? Do you run? Do you like running? You knew this already, but you suppose it doesn't hurt to get a refresher. Are you with this? Yes. Good. Yes, now that I'm looking closer to you, you seem like someone who likes to run. We should do more figurative running, and less metaphorical running. And what I mean is, like, you like to run for your problems. What? I can see in your face. We need to learn to face your problems head on, scrawny one. I will figuratively and metaphorically run from this situation. Wise. Very wise. Goodbye, scrawny one. So they're like looking at Siegfried's face and kind of being like, yo, it seems like you need to start facing things head on. And I wonder if that's a little bit of that is like, hey, you need to start telling people, you need to start talking to people more maybe, or at least like, you know, stop trying to avoid things in that way. Welcome to an incomplete stranger. Oh, you're the people traveling with Mirabelle, aren't you? One of the saviors. Don't we all? Since you're here, you can help. Can you help me? I'm trying to figure out which necklace to give to my lovely, wonderful, beautiful wife. She stops what she's crafting and shows you 2 necklaces, one with the round beads and one with the teardrop shaped ones. Next to her wife is not moving an inch. The round one? Huh, you're right. I think she'd be happy with this one. She gently attaches the necklace around her wife's neck and looks at her for a while. You told her to give her wife the other necklace before, but she just said the exact same thing. She really knows her lines, huh? Hey, make sure to defeat the king tomorrow, okay? Like, okay, I'd like to ask my wife which one she'd actually prefer. That's very sad, honestly. What's wrong? You look really pale. What is happening here is that there's a thought process in this jeweler's head of thinking about their partner. And from my perspective on this, is the reason why they're like not changing their lines and it sounds like pre-recorded lines is because they just want somebody to pick something for their wife. They don't care about what it is. They just want to give them something because they can't talk to them and they can't think about like what they would have wanted. And I don't think they want to think about it for too long. So having Siegfried just give them the answer is easier than having to think about anything else to give her the answer.
Wait, traveler, you're one from Vagard, aren't you? That's the rumor, at least. I'm from Praetoria myself. I came to Vagard to further my studies a few months ago.
You talked to them before. Well, you've been to Praetoria once, so... I've been to Praetoria once.
Oh, is that so? How did you like it?
Very good place.
A fellow theatre fan. Nice.
You give each other a nod as fellow actors. Doesn't matter if one of you isn't aware of it. That's kind of cool. I love the kind of change up with some stuff here. So we have the library up around here. Is this the shop or this is the shop? Yeah. Should we check the bookcase anyway? Oh, traveling one. Okay, this is the same as well. Okay. Mirabelle wasn't blessed by the change god. She was blessed by the head husband. Now we know this, right? We know this. It doesn't make that much of a difference to you, but Mirabelle seemed very worried at the idea of people knowing, so she kept the truth a secret. Probably Mirabelle getting stressed out for nothing. How would you react if she wasn't actually blessed by the change god? Interesting question, right? Huh? What do you mean? If she wasn't blessed by the change god, then it would mean the change god abandoned. Oh my god. It would mean there's no hope for Vagard, right? Ha! Where does this come from anyway? You said this hypothetically, right? Of course. She's really blessed by the change god, right? Oh my god. Vagard be saved, right? You get it now. Their hope is being held by a thread that is called the change god blessing Mirabelle. Hypothetically, of course. You hear this music? This air? The energy being sucked out of the room? Oh, okay. Phew. You got me worried for a second there. What a relief. You understand Mirabelle a bit better now. So Mirabelle keeping that secret, we know now, does 100% mean it's very meaningful. It affects everyone around her. And while we could, like, from the outside perspective of someone who's not, like, worshipping the change god, can go, like, does it really matter? Does it really matter, Mirabelle? It does. It does clearly matter to the point of that, like, the people in this place, Dormont, if they found out that the change god abandoned them, you might get that there, where that character there clearly to me seemed like terrified, right? Seemed absolutely terrified of the idea that change God abandoning them. Yeah. All the different craft type books as well. Sure, why not? Dutch appears in craft, commonly known as rock, paper, scissors craft. So we learned about this already, right? Is the art of molding the world around us as we see fit, like crafting clay into moving figurines or using paint to create art, blah, blah, blah. You flip through the book. Using craft in a battle is taking the creative energy and making it physical to hurt enemies. You flip through the book. Other types of craft include body craft, time craft, and blah, blah, blah. You flip through the book. Time craft, you shouldn't be able to use time craft, and that's, yeah, we're able to use time craft. So it is a form of time craft. There's a piece of paper taped to the page with a tiny face drawn on it. The tiny face is an upside down smiling face saying, funny joke. Timecraft not being achievable was a theory for a long, but the king was able to freeze people in time, isn't he? And we're able to do this as well with Timecraft 2. What makes you loop in time could be considered Timecraft 2. Exactly, 110%. Welcome to the library. So we want to ask about any family tales. Yes. Family tales? Why would you even want to look at one? Aren't you from outside Vagard? Well, either way, we don't carry those here. I'm not sure why you need to look for one, but I feel like I've seen one recently. It's weird. Either way, the library in the house might help. So the library in the house, okay. Time? We have a book about clocks somewhere. Not really what you're looking for. You let it go. Makes sense. Okay, so I guess like that the House of Change is where we're gonna have to find this book for Odile. Travelers of the World, the House, Monasteries of the Change God, Kuban Expressions. Oh, there's an old book stuck between the shelves and the wall. Get the book out again. No, it's fine. We're fine to do that now. Sorry if you hear sniffles, guys. The weather has changed quite a bit. And I feel like there's like a lot of pressure here as well. Amazing Artist is here. Beautiful stuff as well, right? It's Mirabelle. I'll always get this no matter what. I know we don't need to, right? Because in the future loops we have this anyway. I love this drawing though. It's so good. I love it so much. I love to call them talented one, and then they laugh as well. And we can get this flower as well. I know we don't. I don't think we need to do this every single time, right? We don't. Why are you giving flowers away? Yeah, have you looked around my house? I cannot get rid of these fast enough. That's why every doormat has some too. And it's just nice, isn't it? To be able to give physical proof of your love to people? Not really. You learning that physical things fade too. It's interesting that now we're looking at even sentimental stuff and being like, well, everything's gonna freaking loop again. You know, everything's gonna like change and stuff like this as well. The kid still dances looking at you curiously. You look so weird. Are you from up in the sky? How did you know?
Yes, I knew it.
If you're in the sky, then I'm going to give this back to you. You got a 4-pointed leaf. You put the leaf in your pocket along with your souvenirs. It fell from the sky, but I'm giving it back. Thank you for this gift. The kid nods stoically.
Hey, big-hatted one. My mother talked about you. She said you're a traveler with a big hat, but doesn't mean you're a wizard. Because wizards aren't real. Are you a wizard?
You wish. Boot their nose.
Huh? Did you do something?
Because they think they're a wizard. Protection spell.
Oh, ball rig.
The kid turns away and ignores you. That's very sweet. The little girl making a frog embroidery seems too shy to make eye contact with you. That's okay. Hi.
Hi.
She seems shy. You like frogs?
Yes.
Me too. They're totally awesome.
Oh, totally. I like toads.
Success. So it's cool to get the different interactions this time around as well, right? It's definitely cool. I hope oh yeah, it's the same as last time. A party. Good for you. I can tell you find it weird. Even if the end is comfort, it's still a new form of change. And any type of change deserves to be celebrated. We saw some of this before, right? The idea that like, even though like everyone's about to die, they see that as change. Like I said, I don't think we're gonna be talking to absolutely everybody. right? Because I feel like we'd be here for a long time. But I feel like, I'm trying to get like a lot of the conversations out that we have with a lot of people as well. Like, of course, we're going to talk to our party members as well. Maybe I'm just like, I only noticed talk because Bonnie was a character I was talking to earlier, but like, this field looks really grown, right? Looking more to see out the field. Bonnie.
Hey, friend. What do you want?
Can I help you with anything?
Help me? But I don't want your help. I don't want you to help me with anything.
You're still hated, huh? You don't?
I don't. You're stupid and you don't know me. So I don't want your help to help me.
I don't know you?
You really don't. Not even a little bit. You don't even know the 3 favorite foods, stupid.
I think we could probably figure it out. You're right, that's a crime.
Yeah, it is. Wait, you're making fun of me? Not at all.
No. Well, kind of. He's making a little joke. A little joke.
That's also why I don't want to talk to you. Just go away.
So mean. But Bonnie looks sad still. What are we going to do for Bonnie? Okay, this is silly, but what if you could prove you know their favorite food? Could we try that out? Because I feel like I could remember, right? They won't make us loop through every single snack time again to find out their favorite food, right? I don't think they do that, would they? Those kids like frogs?
Okay. And?
Don't you want to play with them?
No. They're babies.
Aren't they the same age as Bonnie? Don't mention it.
You're the baby.
I didn't say anything.
Well, I heard you think it.
Flower for you.
Why?
Why not? I wonder how we're gonna do this food thing for Bonnie. Like, just being completely honest, like I hope we don't have to go through every loop to see them like to the food thing, the snack time, because that would take a while, right, to get to every single snack time again. If I can remember, like I feel like I could just go like. I mean, I've recorded the series, so I could definitely check out what food they like. But I think it's gonna be more something more active though in the game, right? It's like something when we loop forward, we're gonna find out something else. So Bonnie. Favorite food. Yep. Yeah, easy to remember. I like, now that we like have everything like kind of in position here. So we have to find notes for Mirabelle, favorite food, and then Isabeau's up this way. Isabeau's here looking towards the house. Hi, Getsif. You look like you were in a hurry earlier, so I left you alone, but is everything... So, again, people are noticing changes in us, right? They're noticing as we like are kind of rushing through this in a way. You smile and nod. Sure, I believe you. What's up? Can I help you with anything? Do I need help with anything? Well, maybe kind of, but... It seems serious. Does he have a big problem he needs help with? You steal yourself. Okay, I'd rather tell everyone else if they need help. I'd rather you ask everyone else if they need help first. I did ask everyone. Might take some time. A task so long it might take a long time. It must really be important to him. You nod seriously. So serious. So, yeah. Make sure you help everyone and do whatever you need to do first. So, we have to do all the stuff first to help them out first. So, do I have to loop forward right now? Is that what we have to do? So... We know we have to go to the 3rd floor for Mirabelle's papers, and we have to go to the ordeal for the library, which I think is on the 2nd floor, isn't it? Is it? I forget. I forget which floor the library's on. Oh dear. Let's go to the 3rd floor to get Mirabelle's papers, and we'll know if it's on the 3rd floor now, right? We'll know. So let's go to the 3rd floor. This is crazy. I think it's insane we even have to do this. Like, this to me, like, is a terrifying prospect. And it's one of those things that I've seen shows where, like, people die and they have to loop and stuff like this as well. And, like, one of my least favorite things that people say about it is, like, it's like, you get to come back. Infinite revival glitch, dude. That's awesome. But like, it's like, do you know how hard it is to like end your own life in this, in this way? Like, it's horrible to have to do it every single time. So we have keys in every section now. Let's go back to the 3rd floor to Mirabelle. With all doors opened. Yes. Whereabouts was Mirabelle's room, though? The banana killed you again. I'm trying to remember. What's our level? Our level's pretty good right here, right? Yeah, it's pretty freaking good. Oh, God. All the doors are open, so we should be fine. I'm trying to remember which way. I think it was this way, right? And up this way. Yeah, it was here. So are these the papers? Paper filled with complicated equations. Yes, she was. You'd like to look inside, but don't even think about it, Seafreen. You step back and smile awkwardly. You won't be able to look inside things are now. If there's something in the room that could distract her somehow. Could we drop this potted plant? A lot of, oh yeah, we already saw this as well. There's something that could distract her. Maybe these papers? Maybe the barrels? Rolled papers. Mirabelle's, I know she just keeps her dresses in there. Some flowers Mirabelle's trying to grow. I'm trying to grow them out. So not there. The Change God statue? Oh no, I didn't mean to do that again. Something that would distract her. Do we just need to click on everything? Wait, there's a bathroom here this whole time? How do we do this distraction? I feel like I've clicked on everything, right? Oh. Wait, I thought that would oh no, I thought that'd be the distraction, no? Oh, wow. Yes, you do feel, it feels terrible, right? You open the drawer, there's some pens, a brooch, an anti-anxiety medic. Oh no. And some papers. Each paper seems to be a file about a different person. Each has a picture of someone, their name, and what seems to be their answers to questions like, where do you imagine yourself in 10 years and do you want kids? What are those papers? She must have been looking at similar papers in Vermont. Is she choosing one person to do something? Either way, this seems to be what Mirabelle is worried about. You should go talk to her about it. It does feel bad, right? And I feel like that's like interesting because this game is like not like pretending that like the choice is easy of what we're doing here, right? It's not pretending at all that the choice is easy with this stuff here. I guess the next thing we're gonna do then is the Odile thing, which is the library on the 2nd floor, right? You had a good sleep. Start again. Feels absolutely terrifying. We have to go to the 2nd floor. All doors opened. Yep, 100%. You wake up. You dreamt you're eating a rotten apple. Your stomach hurts already. Oh my god. So which one was the floor? Which way was the library? Was it here? I forget the exact location. I know, like, people could be like, Calvin, I just saw this episode 2 days ago. I record these so in advance. I think it's here. No, it's not. I was joking. I was tricking you guys. You guys thought that I was... It's here. You thought it was there. It's here. You guys thought it was there. That was a trick. It's here. See? You guys, oh my god. Guys, come on. Get with the program. Get with the program. Come on. You're so silly, you guys. You thought it was there. You thought I knew it was here. Wow, a secret passage. Nice one, but you're the one who found it, buddy. You wink. Okay, let's see if there's anything on families. No family tales, but you need any help you can get. You pick one at random. Color theory was meant for us and our past. Looks boring and dense. Oh yes, color theory. Are you interested in Seafreen? You shrug. Huh? What's a color?
I don't know what a color is.
I really don't. Tell me.
It's like a weird shade. I learned it at school, but it wasn't very interesting, so I crafted a drawing of a table instead.
Wow, Bomb Bomb, you're so hardcore.
There are weird shades, yes. This is a relatively new discovery, so I'm not surprised you haven't heard, Isabeau. But a very long time ago, we could apparently see shades called colors. Yeah, that a shade called blue, and that's the sky's real shade, and one named green. Green. Oh, that's what the grass looked like. Honestly, like, I love that this is kind of like an understanding of someone who wouldn't know fully about what the spelling is and stuff, I guess, and how to say it. It's very sweet. I think the world around us are still those colors, but we just forgot how to say. Whoa. Or so the characters in this game have forgotten what the colors look like. That's so interesting as a story beat. I think the house over in Corbeau was researching it. That's such big news. How did I not know this? I failed you all. Oh, don't worry. We don't usually count on you to know things. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, take it in your stride. Okay, shades people can't see anymore. It seems silly, but somehow this knowledge feels familiar to you. You know what's so crazy about that? Like, I think that's why this game is so well written in terms of its loops. I love the idea that like we learn new stuff every single time, but also like this information, the idea that like there was colors or there is colors in this world, just that we've forgotten how to see it, shows that there is a lot to do with people's mindset and how their worldview, how their view of the world can shape things around them. And I wonder if that's going to come back up at some point. Give you a headache. Anything here? The bookcase filled with books about craft skills. Pile list checks out books. Odile is looking at it intently at the list. You take a look too. We should get going. Give us a second, Mirabelle. Oh, the dialogue has changed. You look through the titles, mumbling one out. Oh my god, the last time Odile was looking for a family tale this time. And now we're both looking through them. Lost in on the history of pepper. What do you do when you're sad and there's no chocolate around? Oh my god. I literally, in between recordings, I usually have like two chocolate biscuits. It's like a ritual at this point. Ah, here, at the very bottom. A paper mask family tale. Where? Paper what? Who checked it out? Someone called Charles Choquette. Charles Choquette? Oh, that's the boulanger in Dormont? Does he have a book you want, Madame Odile? So he has it. The boulangerie in Dormont, huh? They sold croissants, if you remember correctly. That's fantastic. I love, this is what looping is all about. Well, I'll have to check out after we beat the king. And before I go away. Huh? What? What are we talking about? What about you, Severine? You were looking around. Did you find the book you were looking for? Huh? A book? Are you both looking for a book? I was, but it's fine. Hey, are you ignoring us? They're trying to like, it's like them knocking at the glass. And for once, like, Seafreen and Odile are the ones that are like, on the inside. What's happening? Is this another secret quest? If you say it's fine, then it is. Let's get going, everyone. Mirabelle and Isabeau look at each other and sigh. So the Boulanger and Dormont might have checked out the family tale. You should go back to Dormont and let Odile know. Another quest change there. Fantastic. So now we have to go and possibly end our own lives once again. This is what looping's all about. This is what looping is so cool about. You know what I mean? This is why I talk about the sports almanac, right? When you go back in time and you try to, like, you know, put a little money on the copies. It's really like those little changes that make these, like, this looping so interesting. I'm trying to think about the Bonnie loop as well, and I'm thinking the way the game does this, would I have to? Like, we're gonna have to touch the tier, by the way. This is gonna have to happen. But oh, this thing. Would I have to, like... No, I don't know how to do that. Because I'm thinking, like, you manage to beat the king already, you feel stronger, you feel... Okay, we got some experience from defeating the king, that's cool. I don't know. I'm kind of, like, because I think, like, we could... I'm wondering if, like, there's a... I'm gonna go... What we'll do is, anyway, we'll go back and we'll help Mirabelle and Odile, and we'll see what goes from there as well, okay? Okay? That's all we're gonna do, okay? If you get what I'm saying. We'll figure, like, again, like in Resident Evil. Oh, we don't have that thing. Like in Resident Evil, and it's one of my favorite things, as I said before. We do the stuff we can do now, and then figure out the stuff we can't do afterwards, right? I think that's the best way to go about it. For me personally. Like, and the reason I use Resident Evil's the Resident Evil thing all the time when I talk about this stuff is legitimately because of we might as well get the big special move, right? Why not? It's because that's how I feel. That's like one of my first experiences with that idea where it's like, okay, I can't get this now, but let's go with the stuff we can do now. Let's do the stuff we can do. And you might have noticed in other playthroughs I've done that, like, you carry that forward in every game. I think other people do too. It's like, okay, what can I do right now? Let's not focus on the stuff I can't do. Now let's focus on the stuff that I can. And right now we know we can help Mirabelle. We know we can help Odile. It could be a situation where, like, I don't know, like, because I don't know how we're going to loop that thing. If we have to loop all the way, if we do the whole thing without looping again, that would be crazy, right? No, because the doors are all open. Interesting. I'm going to have to think about it. I'm going to have to think about it again, because stuff could be confusing for me as well. We only have 23 of these left, by the way. We should, like, it's actually very worrying. We might not be able to loop forward eventually. You know what I mean? We should, honestly, the next time I loop forward, I'm going to kill a bunch of enemies, just even off camera. You know what I mean? If I loop forward at the end of an episode or something, I'm going to kill a bunch of enemies. Hey, we're asking, oh my god, hey, have you thought about doing a sleepover tonight? Oh, I was actually thinking just about it. What do you think? Absolutely, I'll let everyone know. You're right. We don't have a moment to lose. Wait, you know where everyone... Talk to you later, Mira. Oh my god, we're still, like, kind of pushing this forward really fast, right? You need to make sure Mirabelle knows how to make the shield wall against the king. You thought about the card method, whatever it is, so she'll be able to cast it. This makes so much sense. Mirabelle learned the craft skill Adorable Moving Shield. Again, you watch her go. See, we tried to move things forward very quickly that time. You flipped the coin in the air a few times? Yeah, people said if I flip the coin 3 other times, like in real life, the creators of the game, like, come to you and give you $1 million. If you answer the riddle 3. Let's go. Sitting on a bench looking at the papers. Hi, Seafreen. Do you need anything? Questions. Where is it? So which one will you choose? Oh, yes. Huh? Sorry? You point to the pile of papers. What? Oh, we got the battle theme? How? What do you know? Answer me. She has her hand on her... Wait, what? You're choosing someone for something, right? It seems important. Maybe I can help? Huh. Oh, she was defensive, right? I suppose you must have more experience than I do. All right. I would like your help if you'll give it.
Experience?
Sure. Thank you, Sifrine. But this might take some time. So make sure you have time.
I have time now.
Oh, okay. Okay, how to do this? Sit down next to me, maybe?
You sit down. This is very sweet, right, though? Like, I know, like, we did it through, like, means that you wouldn't be very proud of, but, like, I feel like it's, like, you know, Sifrine in there is determined to help Mirabelle in this situation. Mirabelle looks at you without saying a word, but I just like seeing two people sit together on a bench. It's always sweet. She looks worried. Maybe we should take the lead?
So what are those papers really? Oh, bonding proposals? Bonding? Like when you promise to stay with someone forever? Is Mirabelle looking for a partner? No, wait, it's not exactly it. Please, stop looking at me. It's more like, dating? Oh, dating. Dating profiles. I'm not thinking about being bonded yet, so like you're looking at dating? That's interesting, right? Dating? You didn't think Mirabelle cared about that. You're still confused. Alright, well, before this all started with the king, I decided I want to try to date someone. Okay, that's, yeah. Big step in life, but it's a step that some people will take, you know? And so I asked the dating company, and they gave me a bunch of folders of people I could meet and I could date. Are you serious? There's dating companies around here? But I haven't gone through it yet. So I figured I could just at least get that done today and look through all of them and make a list of people I could see myself dating. And I suppose I need help. I'm choosing someone I could spend the rest of my life with. So I appreciate another pair of eyes. Or just one eye. It's okay, I understand what you meant. As long as it's not my two eyes looking at this. And also I need a distraction from tomorrow very badly. So I figured I'd replace my anxiety about our proposal defeat with this.
So it's anxiety about dating, which is a big anxiety. It can be. Replacing it with the anxiety of the world ending. Honestly, like, if there's one thing that can replace the anxiety of world ending, it's the anxiety of dating. Like, legitimately, you know what I mean? Very interesting. Choosing someone to date is a lot of your comfort zone, but do you think you can try and find someone who would fit Mirabelle? Maybe. Let's have a look. So we're actually going to do this? Alright, I have a few profiles right here. She removes an immense folder out of her dress pocket. Was she carrying with her throughout her entire journey? Here's a few of them. So, you can go first and tell me what you think. And I'll go after. This is so fun. Tell me what you think about him. She shows you a file of a strong, buff-looking man. Is this Mirabelle's type? We have one of those at home. Well, do you need Isabeau? Ew, you're right. Is that? Well, it's more just like, I think when you've been traveling with someone for so long, you might not see them in that way, maybe. Either way, it sounds like a basket of people are her type. Probably. Maybe she likes someone more feminine, which is, yeah. Do you like someone more feminine looking? She looks through her files. How about her? She shows you a profile of a gentle looking lady. She looks like you? Does she look like you? She looks nice? She does, I guess. She guesses, so, well, not into feminine people either, apparently. What kind of person are you into then? Oh, I don't have a type. I like all kinds of people equally. But if you had to choose, someone nice? Okay. You nod. And someone pretty? Okay, nice and pretty. You nod. And someone who likes me? I would hope that is the base requirement for a relationship, but, right? But don't just date please add those other equations to it, but don't just date someone because they're like the only one who likes you. And that's not, loads of people like Mirabelle's lovely and she's fantastic. But I mean, like, you know, in real life, guys, if you're listening to this, don't just date someone because they like you. If you don't like them, don't date them. And it's not for their sake, right? I ain't looking out for people who aren't the baby gangsters, you know what I mean? I'm looking out for you guys. That person is not a baby gangster who likes you but you don't like them. I'm not thinking about them. I'm thinking about you guys. And legitimately think about your own mental health and your own mentality, because honestly, it could hurt a lot to date someone who eventually realize I've been this person for a while. I'm only been with them because they like me. You don't nod. Mira? No, wait, let me think a bit more. I want someone who... This is very cute, though. It's very cute. She thinks for an awfully long time. Well, what about you then? What kind of person are you into, Sifrine? Well, you think about the answer for this awfully long time, but catch yourself.
Wait, you're just gonna copy my answers? No! Okay, fine. You got me, Steven. So it seems like they're a little bit like... Oh, the music stopped. They're not like very sure what they want. I'm not... That's fine. Oh my god, I'm not interested in dating stuff. That's totally okay. That makes sense. But then why? So then why worry about it? I wonder if it is some sort of societal pressure because that's something that we feel in our normal daily lives as well ourselves. But legitimately, like, do not worry about that in any way, shape, or form. Are you kidding me? Like, that's totally okay. You know, Seafreen, the change belief is very, very important to me. It's all about changing. Changing with a capital C. Bettering yourself. Becoming a better, different person. And one of the ways to change is to try new things, you know? That's part of the reason why the house offers so many different classes. And so I'm trying new things. Yeah, but I understand what she's saying. It's a very sweet thing as well. But the reason why this probably doesn't work as well is because this is a big step that, like, the music's gorgeous, so stunning. It puts you in someone else's life and someone else in your life for a long time. And I don't think that, like, you should be, you should force yourself to date someone because, like, again, anyone who's, like, dated anybody, and by the way, as I said, like, if you're not into dating stuff, that's totally okay too. But, like, one thing will happen is that your life it doesn't revolve around them because that's obviously not healthy in a lot of ways, but you do become attached to this person and they become a part of your life and a big part of your life and you become a big part of their lives. It's a commitment. It's even on the basic level, we've been together 2 weeks, you're still committed to someone, you know? So you have to make sure that you're actually into this stuff because if you're not, then you're going to end up making yourself unhappy. I'm not into this dating stuff, but I want to do this to change. That's, no. And some are fun and fulfilling and easy, but you can't just go and only try the new and easy things, can you? I understand. Sometimes I have to try new scary things. Well, let's go for like let's jump off like a giant steep hill into like a river or something. You know what I mean? Let's do something like that, you know? Things that make me uncomfortable. Things I don't want to do at all. Yeah, but I think dating is a different thing. I do. Things she doesn't want to do? Like dating? Yes, like dating. But you know, romantic love is one of the biggest ways to change. It's supposed to change you, to bring you new experiences, and so I have to do it, right? To be a good housemate, I have to do it. No, like, I feel like there's other ways to do this. Again, this is like more than just like putting yourself out there into a big, scary situation. This is, again, being committed to someone and committing someone to you. I have to do it. I have to love someone in a romantic way. You're not going to love someone if you don't want to love someone. Do things. No, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. I have to bond with them. I have to sleep with them. I have to have children with them. I have to love them in a very specific way. From my perspective, personally, I don't agree with this, honestly. And like, I just think that like, this is only going to lead to a mountain of unhappiness to feel forced into doing this type of stuff. And you don't want to? If you don't want to, we ain't doing it. Nobody's getting in with an inch of you. Someone comes here with you with the ring, we're taking the ring and we're pawning it. No one's going to do anything, never. And I don't want to. Yeah, and that's fine. I don't want to, Seafree, not at all. That's perfectly fine. F marriage. F being with someone. Some people like that, some people don't. Dating, the idea of being in a romantic relationship and being with someone like that, I hate thinking about it. I hate the idea of it. I really do. The idea of being alone is just awful for me to think about. The idea of it alone. I can't love someone like that in the way I should love them. It never happened. I don't think it ever will. That's perfectly okay. That's perfectly okay. And I need this to change, don't I? No. Oh, stars, this is heavy. You're not sure what to say. Maybe. Well, I would say something here, but again, it's obviously I'm not part of this religion. Why do you need to change? Interesting question. Because I have to, Seafree. I'm a housemaiden, and I love it, and I love helping people, getting to know them, and learning new things. I love it all. You're already changing there. Learning new things is a change it's a change in a way. But I have to change that way too. I wish I could just not do it, not be with someone that way. But Seafree, there's such a pressure to force us to do it. Is there? That sucks. That sucks a lot. And not only that, there's such an intense pressure to force us to change. We have yearly festivals all around showing yourself as a new person for crabs. Wait, really? So every year they have a festival that just shows off how much you've changed. And she said crab's sake, by the way. Most beings have completely changed at least once, and I haven't. Isabel isn't even a housemaid, and he's changed, and I haven't. And I don't want to change. This is rough, isn't it? Being a part of a religion and a culture that is all about change, but you are happy with who you are, and you're comfortable with who you are, and you don't want to change, but there's such a forceful emphasis on the idea of change. Can you imagine like being like, it's like the opposite of like what happens sometimes, which is like, you know, society. Well, no, actually, you know what? The thing is, I feel like sometimes like society like tries to tell you to be comfortable with yourself, but I think even in our modern society, there's like a big emphasis on change and you know, improving and stuff like this to a point that sometimes it can be unhealthy. But I think in this perspective, like I don't agree with this. You know what I mean? I think that sometimes, like, I think change for change's sake isn't really good change at all. Like, if you're in a position where, like, you're happy with yourself or you're happy with the way things are going, you shouldn't have to change. Exactly. I'm happy with who I am. That's the answer. That's such a beautiful gift to have, to be happy with yourself and who you are. I'm comfortable with who I am. I'm comfortable with the idea of not being with anyone. Yes, and I love that. I freaking love that. I'm comfortable with the idea of staying the same forever. But we have to change to bring things into our lives and change clothes and hairstyles that need to be a part of our personalities. That's crazy though, isn't it? That you even have to change your person. Like, look at Mirabelle's hairstyle right now. Suits her down to the bone. You know? She shouldn't have to change that if she doesn't want to. To appeal to her deity that I don't know if they understand that sometimes I just like to stay the same. And that's the thing. It's like you're appealing to a god that hasn't actually given anything. You know what I mean? Or maybe they do. Maybe that's why they haven't. And now, I have a list of people that I could meet so that I could fall in love with them, which I can't do. And do things with them which I will never do and ever want to do. You shouldn't have to ever do stuff like that you don't want to do. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Ever. Also, I can change. I make it feel like a mistake. It makes me feel like it is, yeah. And I must be broken for not being able to want to change these things. Here's the thing, I understand that you feel that way. I think that's so normal, right? To be a part of like a group or religion that makes you feel broken because you're different from other people. And that you feel like you don't want to change. And that's something that is like, I feel like happens in real life too, where you're a part of a group of people. And I feel like it happens like with growing up, it happens with like, you know, religion, it happens with friend groups and activities and all this stuff where it's like, why am I the only one who feels this way? Why has Marcus and John and Jenny and Allison, why have they all got boyfriends and girlfriends and partners and I haven't? Am I broken? Why do I not want this? They seem so happy. Why do I not want this? And even now, there's a pushback on it now, but society does still do that. And the world still does that, where it's like there's a pushback on people who say don't want kids or something. There's nothing wrong with having kids, but there's a pushback on people who don't want kids where they're like, oh, you're going to be miserable without kids and stuff like this. It's like, no, it's like you're happy with your kids. Some people aren't happy with the kids. And then it's trying to make people try to make other people feel broken for not wanting to be a part of the norms sometimes. You know what I mean? And I wonder if this is as well. And I just want to say to anyone who feels, because there are people that feel this way, but they don't feel any sexual or emotional attachment to people and they don't want relationships, they don't feel that way. You're not broken. You know what I mean? You're not. There's no way you're broken. You're yourself. You're your own person. And the only thing broken would be a viewpoint that looks at you as broken. That's the only thing that would be broken, is that viewpoint that looks at you as broken. Because everyone else can. Yeah, and you're not everyone else. Well, I don't know about the romantic part, but I don't want to do things with people either. Okay. Seafriend's like, hey, I don't want to do that stuff either. Huh? Why not? It's weird, right? Yes. Mirabelle takes a hold of your hands. You jump a little, but she doesn't notice. Yeah. So we jumped after Mirabelle touched our hands? Yeah. It's just weird and gross. It's awful. I don't want it at all. Oh, Seafriend, you mean it? You really mean it? You understand?
Wow. 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 Incredible. What we have here is someone who has been surrounded by people that all want change, that all want to be different and to be better, to be quote unquote better, by the way. And she's now met Siegfried, who not only acknowledges her feelings of wanting to stay the same, but also something that's super, super important. I don't want to do these things with other people. I don't want to make children with other people. I think it's gross and weird, right? And Siegfried going, yeah, I feel the same. How good must it feel to know that this thing that's made you feel broken all this time, someone else has that same feeling, and now you can connect with someone on that level as well. I think it'd be such an important moment for if it was me, it'd be such an important moment. Yeah, of course. Ha, ha. What a relief! A relief. See, a relief to have someone who understands. Yes, yes. But it doesn't fix anything. I need to change, and dating, it's part of it. So, Mirabelle sighs. Siegfried, I know you follow the change belief, but do you have something like this? Something that brings you joy and community and faith? I think, for me personally, as Calvin, what brings me joy, community, and faith is people. I'm not religious. I don't believe in God. I'm not spiritual. But I do believe in people, and I love people, and people bring me joy. People bring that community. And when I meet lovely people, it also gives me that faith. But some other parts you don't know how to follow. Some other parts don't know what to do with. Yeah, sometimes humans suck. You know what I mean? Some other parts just bring you grief. Something that brings you both joy and grief. You think about the stars. It's more complicated than that, but for me, I have something like that. You do, so too. How do you deal with it then? You don't. I just try not to think about things that bother me in general. Avoidance, huh? That feels a little too cowardly for me. Ouch. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say. You laugh. You know she didn't mean it that way. Of course not. Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. You didn't know Mirabelle had those feelings towards the change belief, and now it's so that, oh my god. Such an important conversation for Mirabelle. She always seems so passionate about it, but the belief she loves so much is also the same belief that forces her into a box she doesn't want to be in. That's such a good way to put it. You will find nobody in this world who appreciates the change, the religion of change more than Mirabelle, but at the same time, you have one of the most lovely, expressive, open, beautiful people in Mirabelle, and the same thing that gives her so much happiness has now given her so many broken feelings. Such an interesting conversation. Holy hell. Such a beautiful conversation. Why doesn't she leave it behind then? You suppose it's not that simple. It's not. It's definitely not. I don't know anything about your belief, but you could always game the system, right? Game the system. Game the system. Change things by deciding not to change. That is a change. I mean, it changes the housemaid rules. If everyone changes in that way, then you'll change by not changing it that way. That does change the rules. There's more than one way to become a better person, right? Changing. By deciding not to change? That would change everything forever. Oh, the little face. And her little laugh. Siegfried, that's not how it works. But no one needs to know. The bright eyes as well. Change myself by deciding not to change. Sounds challenging and fun to me. Right now you mean it. It does. It does sound challenging and fun. Oh my god, Mirabelle smiles at you brightly. You smile back. Thank you, Siegfried. What a sweet drawing. Thank you for talking with me. Oh, look at the time. You probably have other things to do, didn't you? Go, don't let me keep you. I need to be alone for a little bit. I have a lot to think about. I'll see you later, okay? You got a memory of faith. You'll always remember this.
When equipped, Memory of Faith boosts all your housemate stats by 30. Wow. Your housemate also learns the skill of Holy Care Shield. Holy Care Shield is amazingly strong. When used, it creates a shield that makes everyone invulnerable to attacks for what? Huh? It's so strong you'll be able to use it when your housemate and have these exact. You'll only be able to use it when you and your housemate have this exact conversation. So if you look back to Dormont, you'll have to talk to her. Wait, what? Wait, what? So the memory's gone if only if we loop back to Dormont. That memory is gone. I guess. Memory of Faith. That is insane. That is a boost. And a half. Right? That is a boost and a half. Such an interesting conversation with Mirabelle. Again, it's a tough conversation because I think that, like, you know, there is people that are out there, and there's probably people watching this that have felt broken at one point. Whether that be if someone's gay or asexual or trans, or even like you're bisexual or lesbian, or you're non-binary. There's people out there, and it's not just that as well. Of course, like that's like one of the things that always comes to mind when it comes to people that felt broken at some point in their life, but obviously, like, hopefully have found a place where they can feel reaffirmed. You'll always be welcome here, by the way. But I think it's also it could refer to other things as well. It could refer to the idea of in this respect, the idea of, like, either dating, or why does everyone else love this thing and I don't love this thing? Why does everyone else love going to parties and I don't love going to parties? Why, it's like those little things as well where people do feel like, I am broken in some way because I'm not normal, or quote unquote normal. But in reality, it's a thing where, like, I feel like in a lot of ways, in our life too, our society does make it seem like, if you step out of the line, you are not normal, because in a lot of ways, like the normal, quote unquote normal societal things, there are a lot of things, and I think in a lot of ways they, on the base level, a lot of them, like, are just the rules that have been embedded in life for years. It took years for us to, like, take religion out of, like, a lot of societal things, and it's still, like, a big thing in a lot of people's lives, but, like, for, like, me and, like, a lot of the people I know, like, we don't follow religion anymore, and that took a while too. But back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, if I was born in a different era, if I was a teenager, for example, 40 years ago, like, would I feel different about God? You know what I mean? If I was an adult 50 years ago, would I be, going to church all the time? You know what I mean? It's really interesting that way too. But yeah, I think, it's a very beautiful thing from Mirabelle's perspective, like, to understand that, like, it's sad, of course, to feel broken. It's so sad to feel broken in this situation. But I think that it's, like, one of the most, like, not normal, it's one of the most, like, down-to-earth conversations they've had with this game, where it's, like, heartbreaking, but it's also, like, really beautiful to have Seafreen and Mirabelle talk this out. You know, to have the both of them sit together and Seafreen kind of being like, yeah, I feel that way too. I don't want to do all that, like, all those sexual things with people, and I don't want to make babies with people. I don't want to do that stuff because it's weird to me. It's weird. I don't like doing that stuff. And why, like, you'll probably have, like, someone else in this world, as we know, who's like, yeah, I love that stuff. That's awesome. Yeah, hell yeah. But that doesn't mean that they're more fixed than other people. And I think broken sometimes, is used to describe people who've been hurt as well. It's used to describe people who feel like they're, like, there's something wrong. You know what I mean? There's a line from a song that is always so interesting to me. And it's so simple, but it's always hit me hard. I heard it back in 2014. And it's, I'm tired of fixing what's wrong. It's just the way I was born. We usually aim our whole lives, like Mirabelle, trying to, like, find, like, that change and that thing that, like, makes us feel, like, more fixed and makes our quote unquote wrongs feel more right. But I think sometimes it's just to learn and to come to terms with it. It's very difficult to come to terms with, like, this is where I am in life, and the way I was, it's just who I am, and you're not broken. You know what I mean? And I think it's just, again, the crux of the whole conversation with Mirabelle and Seafreen was Mirabelle trying so desperately to change in so many ways. And I think one of the worst ways they could go about that is like something that probably is, again, ingrained into them from like a change God's perspective, which is like you have to date somebody, you have to like somebody, and if you don't, you're broken. And that's something that we still feel and see in life, right? We don't like, can we deny that? Where even now, if someone's single for too long and they go like, oh, there's something wrong with Jenny, like she just doesn't want to date anyone, you know what I mean? Like, wait, you never want to have kids? What? That's so weird, you know? There's still people that do that nowadays, you know what I mean? When in reality, it's like, it's a mixture of, you know, mind your own business and worry about yourself. You know, I know they're both very similar, but like, but I understand from Mirabelle's perspective, it's like, it's not that easy because it's a deity. It's a religion that they follow. It's something that they've known their whole life. And they truly do love that religion. They love the House of the Change. But the problem is, they're learning hopefully now that not every aspect has to be followed to a T. If it's a good religion and if it's a good God and it's a good deity, they will love you regardless of what your feelings are and what your, as long as you're like making attempts in life to be good. And there's more, as Seafriend said, you know, there's more than one way to be a good person. And in Mirabelle's perspective and Seafriend's perspective, it's like, hey, not changing technically is a change because you'll be the first person to choose not to change. And how much of a pressure is that as well? Because like obviously we saw earlier the idea of like people physically changing themselves, their hair, their facial, they're getting their facial expressions, their faces, they're getting taller, all this stuff. How terrifying is that when now you think it from the perspective of like, yes, at first it's like, wow, that's crazy. But then obviously like at the same time, we already said back then, we're like, it feels like it's going too far. But we learn now obviously from like the emotional perspective of Mirabelle, it's like, what if you're happy with yourself? What if you look at yourself in the mirror every morning, you're happy with the person you are, and then you're told you still have to change? That would start to make you feel down on yourself. You know what I mean? At least that's the way I would see it anyway. I see that's the way I would see it. Yeah, so I already talked about it at great length. We're going to end the video here, but I think like just to put a pin in everything I'm saying here, it's a very emotional time for Mirabelle, and to have a character who's like so tied to the religion, and I think what's so interesting about the writing of this is that it makes it much more interesting that this isn't a character who's like, I hate the change God, I hate them, you know what I mean? Because that's much easier to deal with sometimes, even though it's very difficult. It's still much easier to be like, if someone's like, oh, I hate Catholicism, but I want to relieve the religion, and I hate this aspect, I hate that. The answer is like, okay, let's do it. Let's make those steps to separate yourself from Catholicism. So, you know, it's still difficult for someone who's been a part of Catholicism their whole life, but it's easier. But for someone to say, I don't like these aspects of my religion, but I still love my religion. Again, it would be like someone saying like, I love Jesus, I love Catholicism, but man, I hate these aspects. What do I do? You know what I mean? And almost like in the same way we would help that person who follows Catholicism come to terms with, like why God would still use the word should still love you, right? No matter what. And you're making your own way in life. If God is real, he should love you regardless if you, of who you are, if you're doing good things, right? Regardless. There's still that aspect that's very difficult to see because it's like, you know, again, we could say outright, well, just like leave the change God stuff. No, that's not Mirabelle's perspective. Mirabelle loves what the change God is, the religion of the change God has given her, the house of change has given her, the people she's met, the people she's loved. Her whole life has been growing up around the people who have like made her life so special. The head housemaid, the people she's met. You saw how she talked to everybody. That all came from like, you know, the people that she loved in the house. And I think that's what makes it much more difficult. I think, you know, to kind of like end this whole conversation about this whole thing, because I've talked about it at such a great length, you know, my end conclusion is that I'm glad we could talk to Mirabelle about this. We did kind of like a necessary evil, I guess, to talk to her about this and help her with this. She's an absolutely sweetheart of a character. It was such a sweet scene as well, her going through all the different names. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't have to date someone just because it's part of your religion. You shouldn't have to, you know, do this. And I kind of stand by that, of course. And I really feel like, you know, at the end of the day, I really feel like, you know, Mirabelle does not want to date someone. That's the end of. If you do not want to do something that, like, and obviously there's different things, you know, like there's obviously different, I always say like, well, you shouldn't have to do it. There's certain things where you have to do them, right? But in this case, this is like, again, like I said, committing your life to somebody. You shouldn't have to do that. So I'm glad that Seafriend sat down with Mirabelle and kind of said, look, you're not broken.
it's not weird. I feel this way too. And give Mirabelle that relatability and that someone that she could relate to the point that she was like, okay, I'm happier now. Because there is a loneliness about this game. There is a real loneliness, I feel like, about this game. And would you guys agree the theme of loneliness, where it be Odile doing their own research, Isabeau clearly wants to say something to Seafriend but can't get it out. There's a loneliness of keeping that one inside them as well. Bonnie, they're someone who has lost their sister directly and has his feelings, emotions, doesn't know how to relate to anybody, can't relate to anybody in that sense because they have these really crazy emotions. That's a lonely feeling too. Mirabelle feeling broken. And us going through this time loop, there's also that feeling of loneliness. We have 5 friends who love being around each other, but still at the same time, all in their own way, in my opinion anyway, have something that would make them feel very lonely. And I hope that in the process of these little missions we're doing, talking to everybody, I hope and pray that we get to make everyone feel a little bit less lonely in this situation. Guys, that's going to be this video. Thank you so much for watching this series. Thank you so much for watching this episode. We're going to talk to Odile next time. We're going to talk to Bonnie. We're going to talk to, hopefully then afterwards, we're going to talk to the King and Isabeau. For now, I want to say thank you so much to Never Come to Pay the Baby Gangster on Patreon for being so cool. You are so cool. And thank you also to my YouTube members at the highest tier as well. That being Tyfer2. Let me get the list up here. Tyfer2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Rada Shadusta, Death Trap, Link Sparky, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Heck, Leon, High Casparian, Jared Beanham at the highest tier on my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7 and Blasco. And I'll see you all so soon. Bye-bye.